And welcome to you on YouTube channel Speak of Israel. Can we take a moment and speak about Claudia Sheinbaum, the first female president of Mexico? And she is the one who became the first mayor of Mexico City in 2018. One of the most educated women, the woman who has an experience of working with United Nations along with a lot of international organizations, the woman who shared a Nobel Prize in 2008 as well just for her climate work, and she is an engineer, energy engineer. That means in order to be an energy engineer, you need to study about energy and other stuffs related to climate change. There are a lot of things we're going to discuss right now in this video. If you end up liking this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like it, share it to your friend and loved ones. So nobody has spoken about this subject, Claudia Sheinbaum. Some of them don't even think so like it's an important subject to discuss. But as a current affairs lover, as a news lover, I would like to represent each and every news in front of you, which in my opinion, quite perfect and amazing to be presented. So today I have got the topic of the Mexico's election and Claudia Sheinbaum, who sworn as a president of Mexico just yesterday, and she has taken the office after the runoff election, where she won the election by 60% of the votes, by the majority of the votes. And the main reason that she become that much famous because the ex-president of Mexico, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, helped her to be in this position. Having received about 60% of the vote, Sheinbaum is poised to replicate the high levels of popularity her predecessors and mentors had. So, it is not clear. There are a lot of things that Mexico is facing right now. One of the biggest problem that Mexico is facing, which is how Mexico how can Mexico stop the violence over there, the criminals to be fleeing into another countries, including America and other countries as well, how they can build new prisons in Mexico, and how Claudia Sheinbaum will able to tackle this drugs related problem where the drugs are rampant. And when you look at the facts of people, how they are exactly doing such criminal activities, and they had no fear of Obrador. That is why, and even Obrador is trying to militarize such things in Mexico as well. So think should be done properly. Nobel Prize winner. Just imagine, Nobel Prize winner, the woman who has done an enormously good work in a work of climate change. When this term did not even come forward on media back then in 2008, just by the media now we have started knowing about like climate change, these and that and blah and blah. But back then when you would look at the timeline of news, the most of the people were unaware of this fact, the climate change term. We did not even know it. In 2008, the I think she is one of the leader who started working upon climate change earlier than anybody else. And when she worked upon it, and Nobel Prize was bestowed, to her, and she was bestowed by the Nobel Prize, and share with the vice president of, you can say, Mexico. And the best things that Mexico can get, which is like having a proper president for protecting the climate there in Mexico. But protecting the climate is not the big priority in Mexico now. They have to control the inflation, criminality, and such stuff, gang violence, rape cases, drugs, and each and everything's over there. Recently, reports also find like she has to put 60 to 65% money into police, army, policing, and such investigations who will able to dig down the criminals who have been taking shelter, or maybe who have been who appears to have been underground for several decades. Now that's what she is going to exactly do. 62 years old, and in this year she is very energetic to work upon it. Sinwan will seek to continue the more successful policies of Lopez Obrador, known as AMLO. He rose to power with the promise of Cuarta Transformación. This means four transformation, known as 4T in Spanish, which includes ending corruption, reducing violence, and expanding social programs. The improvement in poverty indicators is one of the outgoing government's key achievements, and you can say proudest legacies. From 2018 to 2022, more than 5 million Mexicans escaped poverty. Just imagine. According to the most recent report from the National Council for the evaluation of social development policy, we can call CONEVL. This was partly driven by a significant increase in the general minimum daily wage, which rose from 88.50 pesos to 248.93 pesos, roughly $4.50 to $14.50 at current rate during the same period. And like Estefania Vela, director at Intersector, a feminist non-profit organization dedicated to promoting like public policies for equality, explained that during the AMLO administration, historically marginalized people felt seen and experienced a better meant in their lives. They are not only symbolic achievements but also material changes in the daily lives of millions of people. Exactly, Vela said. Extreme poverty increased by 400,000 people, rising from 8.7 million to 9.1 million between 2018 to 2022. Additionally, Connell warned about a growing lack of access to health and educational service. The number of people without access to health service jumped from 21 million to 50.4 million during the same period. So it is not that we should focus only the positive parts. Yes, that's good that she has come with the 40 as the same as like Lovis Obrador. But now what we have seen exactly, the poverty rate has been increased by this much, and I think the number has risen by 20 million to 50 million, 30 million more people now are eagerly waiting for their term of having health services. This is what people are exactly going through, and the numbers of people who are in poverty has been rising by 8.7 million to 9.1 million, and these things have been skyrocketing. It has been skyrocketing since decades, since 2018, since Obrador become the president of the like United Mexico. So Sinbom has promised to continue AMLO's signature policies. She has no like you can say doubt that she would stop it immediately, but she has some of the you can say more things to take care of. The first thing she said that she has to work upon the pension, she has to provide proper and equal education to the students, and if she would not able to do that, then it will be disaster for this government to stay in the power for 6 years. The main concern about this government and the longest election policy, which is 6 year term of a president. Now the Mexican cannot do till 2030 anything to this, like a government until and unless the government would not collapse by itself. So when you look at the thing, 6 year tenure, she is here for 6 year tenures, and in 6 years, Mexico will have no choice to do anything at all for their piece of choice which they made and sword to choose this woman, like the president of Mexico. And that's what we are exactly going to see what's going to happen. That is likely to be one of the areas where Sinbom charts a different path to AMLO, where while she will continue with controversial policies, including the militarization of public security, which has been linked to increased risk for women and girls. Her government has played to focus on addressing the inequalities affecting women. And as I said, they all are trying to, like militarizing such things, which is absolutely bad for women and girls. And in the second hand, she's saying, I'm willing to protect the girls as well. So, by the way, like one thing that I would say to the Mexico, that Mexico has gotten the one of the you can say the finest and educated president over there, and that is absolutely a very lucky stuff to have such woman, a powerful woman, educated woman to be there. But now we have to see how and what is the like skills of this woman, Claudia Sheinbaum, whether she is capable of doing such things to reduce the like the process in Mexico, not whether she is able to reduce this thing as well, because we have seen so many educated people who have come in power in different countries. Jacinda Atkins, Sanna Marin, Liz Truss, all of them got fooled. It doesn't matter at all how much good you are at academic. The thing you have to be very good at, which is politics. How and what's your political experience? What is your political views? That's we talk about this Anayake, who doesn't have any political experience at all, but this person is promising to the Sri Lankans that I'm going to bring amazing life for you, and you are going to live an amazing and grandiloquent life you have ever imagined so far. So the thing is here with this Claudia Sheinbaum, that she has to be working upon how she can really rise the you can say like income for common people. And as she knows very clearly that the poverty rate has increased a lot, and people who were in poverty have been increased, and dramatically they are doing something which is not consequential for them, and now she cannot rise the taxes over there. So she has come up with, she has to come up with another technology, another you can say point of view, though she can reduce the crime and the other things as well. She has to work upon the climate as well, and this president of the Mexico will somewhat put some kind of effect in November 2024 US election as well. Don't forget about it, because like USA relation with Mexico is same as we have got relation with Pakistan, China has a relationship with us, and South Korea and North Korea, Japan has a relationship with China, and Iraq and Iran, Israel and Palestine. The same thing we would see. These two countries are the rival of each other for long time, and once Donald Trump will become the president of United Nations, we know what he will do with Mexico, what he will do with the Mexicans. First he will seal the border, and he won't let anybody to get into the US. That is the main concern about Donald Trump that people are getting afraid of. This is all about like today in this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. You just end up liking this video. Thank you very much for being here, watching this video, listening to these things very carefully, and put your thought across what you think about Claudia Sheinbaum, whether we'll see able to run the country smoothly or not, or has she been going to, or is she be going to, like a bad precedent for Mexico, and will the government collapse in upcoming years, and what's going to happen to the Mexico. Please hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share with your loved ones. Thank you very much for tuning up with me. Take care. Till next time.